Okay, so in at number 5 we have the Full HD 21.5-inch monitor from AOC. Now this monitor comes in at a very reasonable £76. The only negative thing about this monitor is the 5 millisecond response time. Ideally, if you're going to be using this for gaming, you'd want a 1 to 2 millisecond response time, but 5 milliseconds is more than adequate for gaming and stuff and just general internet use. But for the price, this monitor is one of the best value ones out there. Now, it has HDMI and VGA, which gives you the flexibility of what you want to use. So you've got HDMIs for consoles and PC, and then you've got the VGA for consoles and PC. Now, this monitor also features a headphone jack, which means you can obviously plug your headphones into it, or you could plug it in a speaker via an auxiliary cable, and you can basically put any powerful speakers in that you want. So that gives you the flexibility of how you want to listen to your gameplay. You don't necessarily just have to use headphones for consoles and stuff if you were going to be using it for gaming. So it does also feature a wall mount, so it doesn't have to be on its stand. So yeah, that's also another positive feature, and the power consumption is very low. So yeah, this monitor comes in at number 5, and I think that is very reasonable, and it's a very, very good price monitor. Okay, so in at number 4, we have the, once again, Full HD monitor from Asus, but this is a 27-inch widescreen monitor. And for £138, this monitor would be considered very good value for money. But if you were looking to use it for gaming, then yes, it's very good in the aspect that it's 2 millisecond response time. That's very good. And it says it's got dual HDMI ports, which would also be very good, allowing you to plug in more than one console and not having to use a HDMI splitter. So you've got that, you've got the flexibility once again with this monitor. It's also 1920 by 1080p, that's good. It is described as a multimedia monitor. Now, it is a very good monitor from what I've read about it and the rating that it gets on here. But, in my opinion, for gaming, this monitor would be too big, because 27-inch widescreen would be a lot of screen for you to look at whilst gaming. So, really, with gaming, you'd be looking for 24-inch, bit smaller, that sort of size for gaming on a monitor. But it's a very good monitor nonetheless, and I would probably use it more for watching TV or streaming stuff online. So yeah, it's a very good monitor, and that's why it's coming at number 4. And it's a tad towards the higher end of the budget for this video, but I think it's a very good monitor. It looks nice. I mean, it's slick, it's nice and thin, and it's also got the once again the wall mount, allowing you to, basically take it off the desk and not have a stand on it. So yeah, once again, it's a very nice monitor. Okay, so in at number 3, we have, once again, a Full HD monitor. This one is from Samsung, and you may have already noticed this, it's a curved monitor. Now, curved monitors are very good. They give you a wider sort of angle of display, and they just look nicer in general, I think. But this monitor is, once again, towards the top end of the budget, and it has the 4 millisecond response time. Now, that's not too bad. It's better than the 5 millisecond, obviously. It's not quite as good as the 2 millisecond one, but if you were going to use this for gaming, I think for £140 to get a curved monitor is very good, and a Full HD monitor at that is also good. So once again, we've got the flexibility like the AOC monitor of the HDMI and the VGA. If you wanted to plug in more than one console into this, for convenience, you'd have to get a HDMI splitter, or you'd be constantly switching through connectors. So yeah, and then we've also got the headphone jack like the AOC one here, meaning that once again you can plug in your headphones or your speaker, and it gives you the option to put in good speakers rather than using built-in ones. And as with all the monitors, we have a wall mount once again, meaning you can lift it off the table and take it off the mount. And I think this monitor is a superb looking monitor, because the bezel isn't too thick. It looks quite decent. It's a very thin monitor, as you can see, and side on it looks really nice. And it's got a sort of a matte finish, it looks like. So yeah, I think this is a nice monitor and it looks very nice, and it looks like it will perform very well as well from the specs and statistics and stuff of it. So yeah. Okay, so in at number 2 we have a full HD, once again, 24-inch gaming monitor from BenQ. Now, this monitor, as you may see, is 1 millisecond response time. Now, as I've said through the video, that is very good. That's what you'd be looking for gaming. We also feature DVI and HDMI, once again giving you the flexibility of what you want to use. The only downside to this monitor, and it came very close between this monitor and the one that I placed in number 1. The only reason this one got number 2 is because I think it's quite a chunky monitor, and I don't believe that it has a wall mount either, meaning that you have to have this stand, and I think it just makes it look too big. But it is a 24-inch monitor, like I said before, is probably the best size for gaming, because you've not got too much screen to focus on, especially with stuff like COD and Battlefield. So yeah, this is I think a very good monitor, and at £133, I think it's a no-brainer. I think this would be a very good monitor to go for if you were looking for one for gaming. Okay, so coming in at number 1, we have the Full HD 23-inch monitor from Asus. Now, the reason this monitor has got number 1 is because of the bezels on it. It's very, very thin, making it ideal for double or maybe even triple monitor setup. The downside to it is 5 millisecond response time, but as I've mentioned before, that's not too much of a problem. It's just not the best. But we have the flexibility of all types of connector apart from display port, which means we don't get 144 Hz refresh rate. We only get 60 maximum with the HDMI. But it's a very nice monitor, and I think at £120 it would be a missed opportunity. And it is also wall mountable, meaning you can put it on a bracket, take all the stands off, and you could have 3 of them in a row with basically a seamless connection due to this bezel. So yeah, I've put this one at number 1 because I think it's one of the nicest monitors out there with the thinnest bezels for £120. So thank you for watching, everyone, and I hope to see you again on another video soon. This has been 2 Addictions Tech, over and out.